Hello there. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Melissa Lemon, and I'm talking about anxiety this month. And I wanted to take some time today to show you a little bit about finding resources and how to find resources. And specifically, I'm going to look online and I'm just going to kind of take you through um, basically a Google search. If I needed help, this is something that I might do. And so there might be a little bit of technical things in here about searching for things on the internet, but mostly I want to focus on if you needed to find a practitioner today, how would you find a practitioner today? So, and that could be a practitioner in maybe you really want a therapist. Maybe you think you need a diagnosis and you want to see a psychologist, or maybe you want to see a psychiatrist, or maybe you want to find a good energy healer in your area. So I'm going to show you a few different things just on a web search. So if I was looking for a practitioner today, and let's say I wanted to try something more natural like energy healing, I might search something like energy healers in my area, or I'm just going to do Utah, and then I might come and see where things kind of look at things. I would definitely check out websites. I would go to individual websites and I would read bios. This is what I would do. What types of practitioners do they have? What kinds of things are they doing? So that is something that I would for sure do. I love to do thorough research before I make a decision, because the more informed we are, the better decision that we can make. The revelation we get from our higher power is only as good as, the work that we put in to our research, I think. So, and to our knowledge and learning. And so that's something that I might do, and just try to find somebody who resonates with you. And I think that we really can receive direction from our higher power on who to go to. So that is something I might do in a search. If I was looking for a therapist, I do have a preferred website for that, and that is Psychology Today. That is, I think I've talked about that in one of my other videos. And the only reason, I think it's just for me, when I have a favorite website, it's usually because of user friendliness. The website is easy to use. And so when you get to this website, you can put in, a city, a zip, or a name if you're trying to find somebody by a name, maybe somebody you've heard of, or somebody that you've seen before and haven't seen in a while and trying to find them again. You can choose a female or a male practitioner. You can choose whether your sessions are online or in person. And then again, I am going to read their bio, and I'm going to see how I feel reading their bio. I'm going to check out I'm just going to pick on somebody really quickly, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it'll have their insurance information on there, what insurances they take. So this is what I really want to go to. What are their specialties and expertise? I like how this person has top specialties, because I talked in one of my videos about how oftentimes on Psychology Today they just say like everything. I see every kind of person and I do every kind of thing. The fact that this person has chosen a top specialties just gives them a little more credibility in my book. So something to watch out for, things to consider as you're looking for a practitioner. And I'm not endorsing this. I don't even know this practitioner or any practitioners on this website. I am just showing you how to go about doing some research when you're finding a practitioner. So when I started this out and I was talking about, are you looking for a psychologist or a psychiatrist? And those are back to some psychobabble. Most people don't know this because this is something you learn in this school, but these different people do different things. And so I think I'm going to talk about that for a minute. Actually, I think I'm just going to finish out my video talking about that. So I'll come back and say hello. So let's see. Because of my educational background and my personal experience, I feel like I do have an understanding of all of these people and their different roles and the different ways that they can help people. So I'd say a therapist is a really good person if you need somebody to talk to. If you need to talk or like if you just need to get something out verbally, seeing a therapist or a counselor is a really good, probably the best choice. If you've got to talk, that might be the best choice for you. And therapists and counselors are trained in active listening skills, which is really important. They're trained in a lot of different things. They're trained in different techniques, often different counseling techniques, and they can help us be more mindful of our emotions and kind of identify our emotions and help give us perspective. There are different types of counselors, and it's interesting because a lot of what therapists do can be really helpful in healing us. But I would say they don't have the skills of an energy worker as far as actually getting the energies to shift and understanding what makes those energies shift as far as the validation. They know this because of research has shown that when people feel validated, there's a whole school of counseling called like the Rogerian, like the Carl Rogers school of counseling. They get that validation is like sometimes that is all people need. And that is huge, that validation. And so that would be a person-centered therapist, would be somebody who understands that the importance of validation. And not all therapists are person-centered therapists. Some therapists are going to get in your face and tell you how it is, and that would be more of a gestalt kind of perspective. And so understanding that there are different types of therapists and knowing kind of what you need. Getting in somebody's face is not going to heal them. It might motivate them, but it's not going to do anything on the healing spectrum as far as like clearing out those energies that can get trapped. And so it can be motivating, and so people can move forward. And that kind of just reminds me a little bit of like being in the army or something and having somebody above you who's always telling you what to do, and it can motivate you to do things because you're going to listen to your, the person in authority or whatever, but that doesn't mean any healing is taking place. And so it's important to know those things. That's kind of the difference between a therapist and, I would say, an energy healer or an intuitive healer. Is people in the energy world understand that there are things on a subatomic level, there's actual matter stored inside our energy fields that if we can validate and honor and I'm going to say, I hate the word manipulate is so, but I feel like that's the right word. It's like we're manipulating that energy to move. We are going to, you can look up things like transmorph or transmute. We're going to take an energy from one spot and we're going to move it to a different place, or we're going to take an energy that is one thing and turn it into something else. And those are things that energy healers understand that therapists really don't understand and probably think are woo-woo. And anyway, that's just so you have it. But if, and then when you go into like the doctor realm, there are psychologists, and psychologists are very good at diagnosing things because they'll use scales and measurements and all those things. And if you need a diagnosis, I would actually recommend seeing a psychologist over a medical doctor. And then a psychiatrist is a medical doctor who can prescribe medicine. And psychiatrists are often trained in a more Freudian perspective, which is important. It's definitely a piece that like our childhood is very like important in our life experience and in things that can go wrong, but it's very limited. I would say it's very limited sometimes in that. So, but if you needed some type of a prescription or something and didn't want to go to like a family doctor and maybe had a diagnosis but you needed to get a prescription or something, that might be something to consider. So that's kind of the different things I wanted to talk about today. And thanks so much for watching. Let me know. I know that was a lot of information, so let me know if you have any questions about that, or if that's brought up anything today that if anything was confusing or you just want more information, just please let me know, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. You can send me an email at sunriseenergyhealing@protonmail.com. And thanks again for watching. Sorry, sometimes I forget to look in the camera. There you are. Okay. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Bye.